So the New York Knicks and my New York Knicks made a trade for Cam Reddish. It's not a blockbuster deal, but I do think it will impact the Knicks' future quite a little bit. Before we get into that, let's look over the details of the trade. So they sent over Kevin Knox and a 2022 first-round pick from the Hornets, which is highly protected. So, if the Hornets keep up the pace they're at, it will probably be in the 20s. So it won't be that big of a loss for the Knicks there. And they also got Solomon Hill, who played a little bit of a role for the Hawks in the playoffs last season, and the Knicks said they're going to keep him. They're not going to waive him right away, so he'll be in the rotation potentially. And they also got a 2025 second round pick from Brooklyn, but we don't really care about that. The main highlight of this deal is Cam Reddish, who played at Duke with RJ Barrett. He was he was the sort of the third wheel. A lot of people thought the draft would end up being Zion, RJ, Cam. The start of the season, they were the top three recruits. And Cam Reddish, I mean, he didn't really have, he sort of had a lackluster season at Duke, and he ended up falling to the 10th pick to the Hawks, and he actually was a part of that Luka Doncic trade that happened in 2018 where the Mavs sent the Hawks. They swapped firsts, and they got a future first, which was the year after, in the 2019 draft. So they got Cam Reddish, and he's been an okay player for the Hawks. I mean, he's shown flashes. A lot of people have always compared him to Paul George, but he hasn't really been that. He sort of as a lazy motor, and also they have so many other wings there in Atlanta. He hasn't had this full potential to shine. In this season, he's only started 7 games. Appeared in 34. He's averaging about 12 points per game. His efficiency needs to get a little better. He's only shooting 40% from the field. But the thing that intrigues me and other Knicks fans is 38% from three on 4.5 attempts. And he's such a smooth game. If you watch his highlights, he looks more talented than RJ Barrett and Zion Williamson. There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying he's a better player than them, but he's got the tools to succeed. A lot of people have compared him to Paul George. His defense, he's a long athletic wing. And the Hawks they had too many wings. They had signed Bogdanovich in 2020. They made some win now moves for Trae Young because he was getting frustrated. They kept bottoming out in the Eastern Conference. They may also made a trade for Clint Capella. But the Hawks, Nate McMillan, I mean, the coach, he really believed that Herter and Bogdanovich were more ready to play than Cam Reddish. And the Hawks, they did make the Eastern Conference Finals, so they didn't really have time to develop Cam Reddish. And, sometimes it's where you go. Sometimes people they don't fit on the team they're drafted by right away. We saw this with Julius Randle. He wasn't very good with the Lakers for 5 years. Went to Pelicans, had a nice year, got him a contract with the Knicks, and the rest is history. So sometimes it takes guys a few years. This is only his third season. Everyone forgets about it. He's only 21 years old. We can't give up on him yet. We're not giving up on RJ Barrett yet. I do like the chemistry. Maybe this can lure in Zion, but also Leon Rose has been playing the cards correctly because Cam Reddish, he's a valuable. A lot of people around the league were calling for his name. I heard the Lakers offered 2 second-round picks, and the Knicks got the deal done with Knox and just a protected first. So a lot of teams, they were really interested in him, and he's trying to play for his extension. He's on his rookie deal. He might have to get extended after next season, I believe. So it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens because, Leon Rose, he's still connected to people like Karl-Anthony Towns and stars like that. He's a client of the CAA sports agency. So, there's a lot of people that the Knicks could potentially trade for. Maybe if De'Aaron Fox wants out of Sacramento, they could package Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin and other guys. So the Knicks are just accumulating. They have a lot of picks in the future, and they're just accumulating other assets. But I'm excited. I'm not sure if Cam Reddish is going to play that much right away. We also have Alec Burks, RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett has really shown me something in the past 8 to 10 games where I think he should take even more shots, and that he should be a bigger focal point of the offense than he already once was. But Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, he has the tools to succeed. A lot of people like his length and his defense, and I think Tom Thibodeau is the perfect coach to install the killer mentality and the defensive mentality. Cam is so talented, but he's one of those lazy players, and if Tom Thibodeau can install that mentality in him, he'll find his way more minutes in rotation. He'll get more shots because he looks really talented. His handles are smooth. His jumper is really smooth. I'm excited to see what he does. The Knicks, they don't really have much of a point guard right now. Alec Burks is the point guard. I'm not saying put Cam Reddish at point guard, but I do think Cam could handle the ball and bring the ball up on some plays and set isolations. So Cam Reddish, I'm really excited about this. I think he should be playing 20 minutes off the bench. It would be really fun to see Cam Reddish play with Emmanuel Quickly, Derrick Rose, Obi Toppin, Nerlens Noel off the bench. Just another wing guy. I mean, a lot of people in the Knicks in out hate health and safety protocols, but I do think this Knicks team is deeper. Quinn Grimes, thankfully, they did not give him up. He's a sniper. He deserves to play more. He plays hard on defense. He makes the right pass. So I think Cam Reddish, Quinn Grimes, they're going to be competing for minutes on the second unit. But overall, a win. Cam can play right away, or he could be packaged in a deal in the future. Maybe even, and the also wild card, can he help? Can him and RJ help recruit their buddy Zion Williamson to New York? And overall, just a big win. I love this trade a lot. So